Hey, what's up? This is John from Skillet, and you're watching Tattoo.com.
Hey guys, it's Mischievous Mel, and I am here at Rock Allegiance with this guy that you may know, who from Skillet.
What's up?
But more importantly, that can I ask you to do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you hold this real quick?
Yes.
Okay. Now imagine my name, Fury, and I'm gonna fucking fight you. Now, what does that mean for those that don't know what's going on?
That you're about to punch me?
Fight the Fury.
Yes, got it.
You're like, what the hell is she doing?
That's one of the weirdest things I've ever been in an interview. So you win some sort of prize.
Fuck yes!
It's a high five prize.
Yes!
Everybody wants it.
I did plank somebody once in an interview.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I won. And I did a scream off with We Came as Romans. I had that dude believing I could scream louder than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost.
Oh.
But, you know.
Well.
Yeah. But now that I've totally fucked with you and you're like, "Oh my god, where's the safe door?" It's not. We just locked the door.
We're
Did
locked
you hear
in.
that clip?
Yes, we're locked in. Yes. So yeah, Fight the Fury.
Yes.
Yes, that's my new project. I've been working on it for a couple of years and always dreamt of putting it out, either for fun or on the side, maybe touring. Never really knew what was going to happen. And we just had an open window. And I before the Skillet release, I said, you know what? I want to release an EP. And the label said, yeah, we like the songs and that would be cool. And there's a little time for me to tour it. So I'm very pumped about the project. Fight the Fury. You can find it on Facebook and iTunes and all that.
So, comparatively to Skillet, what differs from it? What makes it different? And
Yeah. It is different. It's heavier. It's more of a metal, certainly harder rock into the metal world, and it's cool because it's a lot more musical, I would say, than Skillet, and it's not as strictured into radio songs. It doesn't have to be formatted in that way. So it's a lot of Metallica influence and Slipknot influence and Korn and Dream Theater and that kind of stuff. It has a touch of prog, mainly just kind of, I would say, dirty metal.
So apparently, if all those groups got together and had a giant orgy, you would be their love child?
Yeah, I think that is exactly what I'm saying. That would have been a shorter way to say it, more to the point, I think.
Well, I have to dumb it down for people like me, like la la la, shiny key. So.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. EP comes out in a couple weeks.
So can I throw you on the spot and have you do me something metal, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star metal style, like how it would be if the new project
if
was
Fury was doing it? I don't.
Yes.
Well, if Fury was doing it, it'd probably be more like let's see, I'd probably give it like a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh my god!
So I have a little bit of both, a little bit.
I literally.
Well, actually, that was. I wouldn't get that soft. It'd be more like Twinkle Little Star. So you have to sing. It wouldn't be like that.
So there is no like. This is not for the fan that's faint of heart, not for the ones that do not want like the skin blown off their fucking bones, and when they're like when they're standing there and they're all like, oh, time to go to the bar because the music sounds good, but I'm really not missing anything. No, you're gonna like.
Yeah, it's not the heaviest thing in the world, but it's certainly in that genre. There's a lot of passion to it and a lot of aggression, and I think the lyrics are another thing that probably makes it very different than Skillet because the lyrics are just they're not evil, they're just darker. I think they're more angsty and they're a bit more, I don't know, they just feel darker. It's a little hard to say, but it's not like hyper. It's not Cannibal Corpse or something. But it's certainly in the Slipknot, Five Finger, Metallica realm.
So obviously you're a fan of that music. What was the biggest influence to go ahead and do this project other than you just said, you know what? Because I fucking can and I'm awesome. Yeah. Like who was like that voice on stage that said, you know what? If that is my influence to do this
right.
Fucking fight for your.
I don't really know. I mean, I had the idea about 5 years ago, and everybody kind of laughed at they were like, why would you do that? And truthfully at the time, to be 100% honest, it was because I was tired of making records with like 12 people involved, and that's good, but that song's too long. The guitar solo, those are old. Don't do guitar solos. Trim off the front of it. And every song we released had to be 3 minutes and 10 seconds. It had to be formatted for radio. That's too heavy. That's not heavy enough. That's too screamy. Can't do it. That lyric is a little too dark. That needs to be uplifting. Every single song with so many people under a microscope gets really annoying. I love Skillet, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's the main thing. I love it. But it sometimes that makes it not fun making a record because you always have people messing with your crap, messing with your art. So the idea for me was, you know what? I want to do something. I write it myself. Nobody's going to write it with me. I'm going to produce it myself. I'm going to record it myself. I did the art direction myself. I did the video direction myself. This is like my baby, and nobody can mess with my art. So it was pretty fun.
So this was basically you taking your soul, giving birth, turning yourself inside out and saying, you know what? Fuck you, everybody in radio, and fuck you, record labels. I love you. You got me where I am, but I really want it to be, because people don't understand this. I was talking to another band, and he's like, we make 3 songs that the radio says you got to do this, this, and this, and after that, they don't give a fuck what's on there. You could literally just sit there and sing la 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 chicken, and they don't care because they got the 3 that they said that you got to do.
Sometimes I feel like, and we're getting better at this, and I'm not in any way trying to throw, I don't want anybody to think I'm throwing them under the bus here, but sometimes my projects have been like 3 songs isn't enough. My label wants all 10 songs to be possibilities. And sometimes I feel like I want to put a song on the record because I like it. And a lot of times, for instance, we released a song on our last Skillet record called The Resistance. And it ended up being, it's our second biggest selling song from the record. That's another song that the label didn't want to record. And after we recorded it, didn't want it on the album. And that's why it's the last song on the record. And I'm like, I think this is a really good song. I think our fans are going to like it. I want to put it on. And then when our fans loved it, and I said, maybe we should look at releasing it as a single. They're like, no, people won't like that one. I said, well, the fans really like it. Oh, that's just because they're the fans, but it wouldn't work anywhere else. So that kind of stuff happens so much that I just want to do a project where I don't have to care about all of it.
Well, and that being said, because we do internet radio, and some people are like, well, that's not real radio because you're not terrestrial. But terrestrial have their handcuffs of, one, I couldn't say fuck to you. That would just like really blow who I am as a person. But your song's it won't fit my market. It's too loud. It's too rough. Well, then why am I taking this time to do the interview? But yet you have to, and they're locked into a pigeonhole. What are your feelings on terrestrial versus internet? Because a lot of people, like when internet radio first came out, they're like, they're just internet radio. They can go sit out in the parking lot. And,
they're Diet Coke, right?
Right.
Nobody likes Diet Coke. I think honestly, anybody that will play me anywhere, anytime, I love, because it's hard getting on radio, and it is the absolute best way to get your music out. Without radio, it's very hard to make any sort of splash. I think the internet radio and satellite, all these things are great because it's the autonomy of doing what you want to do and not having to be in that stricture of the format, or that song was too long, or playing the edited version. A lot of times in rock albums, you have like
the duck sound that I don't know what that means. I'm like, if you're gonna go talk about a one night stand and then throw a duck sound in there, now you just took me to that next level.
To the next level.
Yeah, pick a different sound.
Well, it's like when you chop the intro of "Welcome to the Jungle" off of the song. It's not the same song because that intro is so iconic. End of Paradise City, same thing actually. Anything from Metallica's "Ride the Lightning," you got to shave down. So I think that's a really great thing, and if people like it, then it gets played. Of course, if people don't like it, then you have a too long of a song that sucks. That's not really good either.
Well, you don't want to be up there doing like the epic, like Gone with the Wind song, but or Stairway to Heaven. But no offense. But yeah, you want to keep them interested. But the key is if your song is long and people are like, oh my god, that went so quick, and they're like, dude, that was a 15-minute song. Well, then you fucking killed it, right?
Yeah, one. From Metallica. That's the first song that I fell in love with from Metallica. So I still remember, where I was when I heard it, and it didn't even cross my mind that it was long. It's just so epic, So I have a real love for those things. So again, not that I don't love Skillet, it's the main thing, and it's kind of, that's my passion. But this is like my love child, This is like me off the leash, getting to do whatever I want to do, and some people might love it, and some people might not. But I hope they do.
Wow. Wow, that is all. Oh, somebody says I talk too long. Did you see him doing this? He says I talk too long. So that being said, thank you, sir, for your time.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I didn't mean to like throw you off in the beginning, but
No, not at all.
did you expect anything less?
No, it was good.